What is up, YouTube? It's Midwest Raider coming at you with another video from my YouTube channel, Midwest Raider. Also DJ Martini Midwest, DJ Martini Services on Facebook. Now, just in case this is your first time with me watching videos on some DJ equipment, I have a bunch of videos on different array systems, different DJ equipment, different equipment that you're going to need to start out as a DJ. I like to talk to new DJs, beginning DJs, DJs that are just starting, but I also like to help any DJs out there, even if you're an established DJ. Please and maybe you can find equipment that you could use for different niches or different gigs that you have out there as well. So like I said, little background on me, if you're just tuning in with me, I have been DJing for 8 years or more. My dad DJ'd back in the past, way back when it was record players and microphones. And I've been around home audio, car audio my whole life. So definitely, in my opinion, think I have an ear for musical equipment. Been listening to all kinds of equipment my whole life. And it's just a passion and fun to bring you guys videos, bring you guys information. I just do this from my heart to help anybody out there, because I wish somebody could have helped me get started when I started out there. And we'll talk about a little bit about that a little bit later. But let's bring you this clutch professional PA system, the VA-3SP. I'm really happy to bring you this particular system because there's just not a lot of information out on it. So I'm really glad that I get to bring it to you guys first. So I have the clutch system. It is an array system with the powered sub on the bottom. It has the 2 arrays up top, and it does come in this different looking, I call it a field gold type look, with the 2 arrays with the single pole that goes down to your subwoofer. It also will come with the poled tripod stands as well, if you'd like to mount your speakers on that instead of that way. So you can have 2 different ways you can use this. Overall, let's talk about overall what I think about this system. It will come in this giant box here, guys. Weighed about 70 pounds, very heavy. So it does come well packed, everything's good. Check out my other video if you didn't see what's in the box. I did a video for that. But let's talk about opinions, positive, negatives, and what's going on here. So, like I said, it's going to be up to you on how you think this looks. If you think it looks good, if you don't, if you'd rather have them on the tripods, tell me what you guys think. Let me know. Put it in the comments sections after this video here. In my opinion, I do like the way it looks. It's kind of original, new, haven't seen things like that. The only issue that I have with the way it looks is the cords. And I will personally have clips like this, which I will be able to put on here, and then I will be able to hide my wires. And I have another one down here, and then I can make that look nice and neat, and I don't have to worry about the wires. Now, if you had twisty ties or those Velcro straps, you could put those on there as well. That'll also work, and also might be a little cheaper. But yeah, I will put those clips that I have on the description below as well. But overall, I do like the way that looks. I think the box, the speakers, and the whole package, I think it looks very professional. It looks good, and I have no issues with that. Positives, from a value perspective, this is definitely a value package, guys. If you're a beginning DJ and you need a setup and you're just doing smaller gigs right now, perfect setup for you. That subwoofer is very surprising. I took it out of the box and I thought it looked pretty small. I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't think that it would pack a punch, and it surprised me, guys. It really does sound good. Honestly, you can feel the bass. It's very punchy, sounds good, good tones, good adjustability on it with the crossover adjustability dial on the back. You can also have full volume on the sub control, and you have a full volume gain control on the full range as well. So they're separate. So you have a separate amp for the full range and a separate amp for the subwoofer. And you can adjust the gains and volumes separately for each. Now the upper arrays, say it's 100 watts, so I would cut that in half. I would say 50 watts, and I would say that the bottom says it's 400 watts, so I would cut that in half and say RMS would be 200 watts. So you have two, so this is like a RMS wise, a 250 watt RMS range, 500 watt max range system. So it is a little bit on the low end, but I'm happy that they put probably real numbers on there. Usually everything is over exaggerated and oh, this is the 5 billion watt system and blah blah blah. So I can honestly believe what they're putting on the back of this. So I'm kind of happy that they're trying to stay honest with you and trying to put real numbers on there for you. So I could believe that this is a 500 watt system and it's probably 250 watts RMS combined total. But that subwoofer does sound very, very good, and it combos nicely with these arrays. The arrays are crystal clear, precise, sound very good, highs, mid-range, very, very, very good. And it matches up with the punchy bass that you get from that subwoofer. And with the size, I was very, very impressed for this mini system to sound very, very good. And I call it a mini system because I have other array systems that are look a little bit bigger in comparison. So this system is, the subwoofer is 14 by, I believe, 18. Yeah, 14 by 18. And these are 5 by 19. Yeah, 5 by 19. So not huge, not very big, not going to be hard to carry around. You're just going to have these two arrays, your poles, and your subwoofer. Carry your cables with you. Very, very easy, portable to get around. You're going to get everything you need in the box. You're going to get all your cables, your power cord, your subwoofer, all your hardware, your poles, and your array speakers and sub, all going to come in the box, which is a value in my opinion at $488. So very, very good when we're talking about value. When you're talking that one JBL, one EV speaker is going to cost $600, $500, and that's just one speaker and a power cord. This, you're going to get a whole complete system that you can plug into, and it's going to work in different scenarios, and you're going to have more than just one speaker. So if you need to get started, this would definitely be an opportunity to get a little mini system that could help you do various things. So those are kind of some of my positives: clarity, bass, measurements, portability, all in one system, and then very well built, depending on how you think, personal opinion on how you think everything looks. So let's go into some negatives here really quick. There is a few negatives that I like to point out. One big negative in my opinion is it is a mini unit. It's not going to have that headroom you're going to need for bigger gigs. So you're not going to be able to play, I would say, over 75 people, especially if you're trying to play over them. You're going to need a bigger system. You're going to be right at that limit there to, for the headroom you're going to need, the volumes you're going to need at those particular events. You're not going to have enough here. So this is going to be more for your smaller venue, your smaller gig, your filler music, your cocktail hours, your maybe in the wedding, at the actual ceremony, the wedding, you're playing music, background music there, perfect for that. A Christmas party, parties that you're not going to be trying to play over people, you're just trying to play filler background musics. Now, saying that, if you were to do a 35 to 50 person party at somebody's house or a backyard, this will work, guys. This will work, definitely. No problem with that. You're going to have plenty of punch for a dance floor with that many people. But it's just when you're getting the different amounts of people you're not going to have enough to cover all those people. So smaller gigs, smaller people amounts. If you're doing a house party for 30 to 50 people and this is in somebody's basement or living room, you're going to have plenty. So and it's gonna, that bass is gonna sound very good as well. So you're definitely gonna, it just depends on your scenario, how big your building is, you know, like that. So I'm talking smaller venue, smaller amount of people. So that's why I say it's a little bit of a niche where you're going to have to use this for those smaller gigs, guys. But definitely a value at that. Especially if you're starting out, because you're probably going to be doing smaller gigs. So this is perfect for that, guys. Perfect. That's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion. Now, you could try to use it, but like I said, I wouldn't recommend it for bigger gigs. So we talked about the volume level. You're not going to have that headroom for big gigs, but you'll definitely have enough for those smaller gigs, guys. I talked about the hardware. It is an all-in-one system, they're calling it, but in an all-in-one system, I'd like to see a microphone plug-in, which they do not have. So you can't plug in a microphone. You really can't plug in an instrument, really, unless you have some kind of adapter. It's only really made for media type inputs. You have 3.5, you have RCA, you have an XLR, but there's no, you know, like adjustment for that. So it's more made for media. You can run it Bluetooth, which is a cool feature. Bluetooth works very good. So another thing, in my opinion, is they use Speak-On, and I'm not a big fan of Speak-On. I've been noticing Speak-On a lot more on these array type systems, but I just wish they would have used quarter jack, because then you could use these speakers with other systems. And I do have adapters that you can buy. Well, I have adapters that I bought, but there's adapters you can buy that I could use on those speakers to use with other systems. But it's just tougher when you have to go out and actually buy the extra adapters and stuff to use some of this equipment with other things. So negative in my opinion. And like I said, it could be positive or negative, but this is definitely a smaller gig type system. Okay, so it's a mini set. Everything's a little smaller, but it definitely packs a little punch. So it is surprising when you guys hear it. You guys will be surprised, but it'll be for smaller type gigs, guys. All right. One other negative, or sorry, there's two other negatives. One is that the fan is incredibly loud on this. It could just be my unit, but the fan is loud. I'm going to demonstrate that in a second when I turn it on, but you'll be able to hear that fan, and it is very loud. The second thing is that I honestly believe that the volume levels from Bluetooth to being cordedly plugged in are different. So like I said earlier, there's 4 knobs. One controls full range, one controls subwoofer, and then there is one on the left that controls only Bluetooth, USB flash drive, and SD card hookups or media types, and that volume only works for those. So when you're listening to Bluetooth from a Bluetooth device, I honestly think the volume level is a little bit higher than when you use a corded plugged in item or media stream or media outlet, media plugged in. So maybe that's just my ear, but I honestly think that it is louder from a Bluetooth device or something from that side, because you can actually use that volume. Now when you have something plugged in and you only have the full range and the subwoofer volume, that volume does not work at all. You can't, there's no feedback, no nothing. It's not going to work. It's only going to work for Bluetooth, USB, and SD. So just to let you know on that, guys. And I honestly think that Bluetooth stuff is louder. So I guess if you use Bluetooth a lot, that'll be a plus for you, because I think the volume is a little bit louder. But I always use things plugged in, so I don't know if that's a positive or negative or what's going on, but I swear that the volumes are a little bit, and it's not by much, but it's just a little bit, and I can tell that it's louder when I'm using Bluetooth. So I'll leave that up to you, to what you guys think. Now, it is very easy to hook up to Bluetooth, no problem. I'll hook up here in a second and show you that it's very fast, and no problem, you know, plugging things in as well. So let's go to the sound test, guys, and I'll give you a little mini sound test and show you what I think. I just have my mic that's on me right now, but I'll show you. So first I'm going to show you the fan. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys heard that. That is the fan. I turn it on, and then that's the fan humming in the background right there. There is no audible tone or hiss or buzz from the speakers, so that's good. That's a positive, but that is the fan that you're hearing right now. I'm going to hit the button so I can hook up Bluetooth. You just hit one source button, and it'll hook up to Bluetooth. I'm going to grab my device here. It'll automatically hook up pretty quick. And here's a sound test. I'm already hooked up. The highest range, guys, so there's really no distortion. It sounds really good at the highest levels, and that's the way you're going to kind of have to use it, because to get the volume you need for certain events, you're going to need it at a higher range. So that's kind of like the thing about this, like I said, a little bit of mini system, a little bit of a niche that you're going to have to play it at high levels. So that was my question, is how long it's going to be able to keep those high levels going. So that was the sound test. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down real quick. So I think that's about it, guys. I think I brought in everything I want to bring to your attention. This has been the Clutch Professional PA VA-3SP. It is on Amazon, eBay, for $488, I believe, and I personally like it for the niche market that I would use it for. Like I said, smaller events, backyard events, smaller events, but any kind of small type gig. That subwoofer is honestly very, very surprising. When I was standing there, I could feel the bass. It sounded very, very good. Very, you know, bringing a smile to my face. That sub sounded very good. Very accented nicely by the full range arrays up there. Mid-range and high. Sounded very, very good. I have played different musics and adjusted different ways, and you know, they do match up nicely. Very, very, very good set of arrays. They're not quite as good as my ProRex, I would probably think, in my opinion, for arrays, but that subwoofer is very, very good. So a very good combination. I really do like them. Like I said, check out my other videos as well if you're looking for other array systems. Very, very compatible to some systems. But this one is not going to have the volume for bigger events, in my opinion, but definitely usable for other type of things that you're going to be looking to do. And it sounds good, guys. It sounds good. So this is my video on the Clutch system. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. I would use it for a certain event, for certain things, smaller gigs. Definitely worth it, especially when you are going to have two arrays, everything you need, and the subwoofer. Just plug in and start playing music. So This has been DJ Martini Midwest Raider on here on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Please check me out and tell me what you think of this system. We'll talk to you guys later. More videos to come. Stay tuned, guys. We'll talk to you later.